It's a Wednesday night in suburban Brisbane. A new mother comforts her precious baby. But her little IVF miracle is also the source of unexpected angst.
Has anyone ever found out their IVF baby wasn't theirs?
She posts anonymously to a parents' forum online.
Has anyone had a baby that looked like it came from a different ethnicity? This is a genuine question. I love my beautiful baby more than life itself. DNA test is off being processed. We'll also find out if my baby is biologically mine.
Queensland Fertility Group has been helping women and couples achieve their dream of having a child for over 30 years.
The woman and her husband were patients of the Queensland Fertility Group, which is owned by IVF giant Virtus Health.
Our fertility specialists aim to...
Embryos were created at its Brisbane clinic using the woman's eggs and donor sperm imported from an American sperm bank.
I've been investigating Australia's lucrative fertility industry for a couple of years now, and I'd heard of this IVF mix-up, but it sounded like the stuff of urban legend. But after speaking with multiple sources and citing secret internal reports, I've now pieced together what Australia's biggest fertility company has been trying to keep secret for the past 11 years. Our investigation has found that Queensland Fertility Group and Virtus Health went to great lengths to keep this scandal buried. The Brisbane couple was gagged, with the company paying them money to stay silent in a strict non-disclosure agreement that still has them terrified of speaking today. But I've finally found someone who can talk. A family friend of the couple who found out what happened before the NDA was signed.
So the couple had decided that they wanted to have a child. There was infertility involved. They chose a donor that obviously had all the attributes of the father. He's a tall, Caucasian male, so there would have been hair colour matched, eyes. And then once the child was born, they found that the child didn't really look Caucasian. The child was darker skinned, so the questions were asked.
And what was the clinic's reaction?
Denial. They went to the clinic and the clinic dismissed them. In fact, they went 3 times. The mother was quite distraught about this because she felt that the clinic didn't care.
It took months for Virtus Health to finally act. We've gathered information from inside the company that reveals the outcome of an internal investigation. The error occurred at one of its US sperm providers, the Seattle Sperm Bank, with video footage confirming 2 men had donated on the same day. Donor profiles described one as Caucasian and the other African American Nigerian, but their samples were mixed up.
The child is very much loved. There's no doubt of that whatsoever. The mother and father adore the child. That's not the issue. The issue was you put your faith and your trust in the clinic that they're going to give you the right sperm.
Queensland Fertility Group told 7:30 that we regret the former board and management's failure to provide a greater level of support and communication to the family during this difficult time. Many Australian IVF clinics use imported sperm because there's a dire shortage of donors locally. But what's clear is that the Queensland Fertility Group and Virtus Health didn't do their due diligence before exposing their Australian patients to potential mix-ups.
An internal investigation after the incident found that a crucial identity check known as double witnessing was non-existent during collections at the US Sperm Bank.
I've come to the University of New South Wales to meet an embryologist who's worked in the industry for 15 years. Dr. Fab Horter says double witnessing has been industry standard in Australia since 2012.
Double witnessing is a process where we double check the details of a patient or individual that is going through an IVF procedure. The person that is actually conducting and performing the procedure will call a witness to make sure that there's no mistake happening.
If double witnessing does not take place, are people's lives being gambled with?
The problem of not doing it is that that clinic, there is chances of having mistakes.
The Sperm Bank told 730 that since the mix-up, it's created a robust 7-step double verification to prevent this type of error from occurring again. QFG said all remaining donor sperm from this donor was destroyed. In the fertility world, a mistake like this is pretty much as bad as it gets. Using the wrong sperm to create a baby is classified as a severe notifiable adverse event and must be reported immediately to the industry regulator, the Reproductive Technology Accreditation Committee. So we asked RTAC, was the error reported?
RTAC can confirm there's no record of any notice or report made in relation to the incident. At the relevant time, there was no requirement to make such a report. It's RTAC's understanding that the matter was dealt with appropriately.
RTAC is under increasing scrutiny for its effectiveness as a regulator. It's funded by the IVF industry.
There has been calls for a completely distinctly independent body that oversees the industry so that we can be really confident and assured that everything is done to mitigate any potential mistakes.
Fertility researcher Karen Hammerberg has 20 years clinical experience in IVF. She's deeply concerned by the industry's ongoing lack of transparency and accountability when things go wrong.
Mistakes happen, and we know that, but once a mistake has happened, the best thing you can do about it is to put processes in place to ensure that the mistake is not repeated.
It wasn't just the regulator that wasn't aware of this reputational nightmare. As a publicly listed company at the time, Virtus Health also had disclosure obligations to its shareholders.
The key issues here are really around the governance of the company and disclosure and transparency as far as the issue. Shareholders want to be kept informed around a company and the risks, and when an incident does happen, they need to have the trust and the confidence that it has been resolved and it won't happen again.
Virtus Health told the ABC,
"We do not believe the former board and management engaged in a cover-up."
What we do know is that inside Virtus Health, very little changed to address the risk of another devastating mix-up. 6 years after this secret was buried, a further audit discovered that 4 of its international sperm providers were high risk for mix-ups because there was still no evidence of double witnessing occurring in those labs. There was only one Australian clinic that was also failing to do these important identity checks, none other than the Queensland Fertility Group.
Despite the audit's findings, Queensland Fertility Group did nothing to minimise the risk for its patients for another 3 years. In 2023, it finally started checking the identities of thousands of frozen sperm samples. The results were shocking. 99% of local sperm frozen before 2020 was deemed high risk of not being the person on the label.
Well, it almost sounds implausible, but if that's what their own audit showed, I guess we have to believe it. It also makes you really concerned about the number of people who might have potentially then had the wrong sperm used in their procedures.
QFG said it has not been ordered to destroy any single witness frozen sperm donations by the state's Office of the Health Ombudsman.
What it potentially means is that you don't know the true biological heritage of your children. That is completely unacceptable on every level.
Anastasia Gunn is suing Queensland Fertility Group for mixing up 2 of its own sperm donors.
We have 3 children. All of those boys are meant to have the same biological father, the same donor, and 2 do not. We were completely shocked that Queensland Fertility Group had used the wrong sperm to make 2 of our children.
Queensland Fertility Group still refuses to acknowledge it did anything wrong.
It's an open and shut case. Our children's DNA does not match.
A so-called rapid review into Australia's fertility industry is currently underway.
We can't even know what potential consequences it might have psychologically for the child that's been born, because surely it'll be part of this child's story.
If these incidents stay buried, what are your concerns?
That they'll continue to happen and possibly worse. It's not that the children aren't loved. It's the fact that these people shouldn't be put in this position in the first place.